So, welcome to episode 2 of Finds of the Past. Now, we're not going to focus just on video games here, but this episode will be video games. So, last episode we talked about some of the Goodwill buys, and here's some more Goodwill buys that we found. Still has the Goodwill sticker on it. Sega Genesis, Wings of War. Cool little shooter. And Biohazard Battle, another pretty popular shooter. $1.99 for these guys. And as you can see, the instructions and all the inserts and little posters and stuff are in this one, Biohazard Battle. Wings of War just has the instruction manual. Not sure what else it would have came with. Kind of interesting to see it's not like an artistic cartridge. Like the label has no art on it. Now this guy here, The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword for the Wii. I took advantage of a dual sale at a pawn shop. Now this pawn shop, which is somewhat near me, was probably selling these for $5 or something, but they had a sale off of certain merchandise, and then there was a secondary sale, Black Friday or something, and this was $1.50. It does not have instructions. Not sure if it came with instructions, but it does have the music CD. There's the main disc, and let me flip it. Music CD. This was I think a yard sale find. The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD for Wii U, $1. I bought like 4 games, $1 a piece. Here's the inside. Just something, a little insert saying view the electric manual. Every 3 or so months, one of the larger churches has a church sale. They set their church up like a thrift store, so they have this big gigantic sale. They charge everybody on the first day, so you have to pay, for every carload of people or whatever, and they get the pick of the, pick of the store for giving that donation to the church. And Cloudmaster for the Sega Master System, 50 cents. Obviously a rental there, but at least it has instructions. $1. Sony PSP game, Castlevania, the Dracula X Chronicles. Very awesome game, or kind of a remake, complete. This was at a yard sale or an estate sale or something. People had a big giant barn. I don't think there was even a house at this place. It was just like a commercial property that somebody might have just started like a yard sale type business or something at, and found a few of these games for $1 a piece. And of course, this is probably the most valuable that we found at the time for $1. 2 more finds from the pawn shop for $1.50 each. No instructions, but 3DS games. Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, Mario Kart 7. So, some more Goodwill finds, and these were found probably in 2014, maybe even sooner than that, I can't remember. They might have been in like 2017. PlayStation 2, Galerian's Ash. And I'm going to tell you, each price was the same. Tales of Legendia and Radiata Stories. Square Enix title. These guys are pretty much complete. At least they got instructions. If they had any inserts or whatever, they may not be complete. But so the market had just about dried up, or at least it's very hard. It was very hard to get games at Goodwill and thrift stores at the time, and these were put out probably right before I found them. 99 cents a piece. So $3 basically. And I took it to the Goodwill cashier, and he did a double take. Like, oh my God. And he said something like, I didn't know these were there. Like, you could tell he wanted these. And at the time, these had a combined value of maybe $100. Now they might be slightly down, maybe 80. I'm not sure exactly. But they definitely have not really increased in value. Here is an actual MS-DOS game, and the box is in a little bit of rough condition, that I got for $2 at a yard sale. Challenge of the Five Realms, spellbound in the world of Nagardia. Micropose game. No, not many people probably like on YouTube or whatever know this, but I was majorly into MS-DOS, even, as Windows 95 came out, Windows 3.1. Wasn't really into Windows at all, and I did not want to go to 98, but DOS wasn't being supported much anymore. So we were kind of forced to go to Windows 98, and I never really liked it until like XP is like the first Windows I sort of liked. And I had like Linux command line. Let me back up and say that, when I went to Linux, there was a X Windows, like something similar to Windows 3.1. But I never used it. So even when I was messing with Linux and all, I was doing command line, stuff. So MS-DOS, I may have never upgraded from MS-DOS to a GUI or whatever system if it was supported, fully forever. $2 I paid for this, and it was only worth about $10 to $15 in whenever I bought it. I think 2012, 2014. And now it's hard to find. I think there was a copy that sold like in like Canada or maybe Europe recently for like $50. I'm sure that a lot of you will see these laser discs and all these records and have questions. We'll probably do a video on that later, but I just figured I would mention it. Yeah, I've got like over 600 LPs.
I love this old computer, but it's so old because it's an antique, because it was in Daddy's yellow house, because we haven't sold sometimes in here, but we did when we got the Mario out from this house when I got scared.
So, what do you think of us redoing this addition into a music room?
Yes.
And maybe a video game room too?
Yeah.
Does Daddy have a lot of video games?
Yeah, they're in here.
They're everywhere, right? They're not just in that box, right?
Yeah, they're everywhere.
So I've bought a lot of stuff from Goodwill. And this doesn't all come from Goodwill and thrift stores and yard sales. They come from various places, and I have maybe 3 times this in DOS and maybe early Windows, 98-esque stuff. But this is a yard sale find. I bought this Wizardry, The Return of Werdna, the 4th scenario for the IBM PS2, Tandy 1000, HX, and TX, 100% compatible. So MS-DOS basically. It's in pretty good condition, I mean, there's some lines there. Even got like the original barcode there. And $2. I bought this with Challenge of the Five Realms. So I bought them both for the same price. At the time, this was worth about 70 to 80 bucks. And nowadays, The asking price on this is between $1.99 and $3.99. So what's the actual value of it? I'm not sure. Inside it says special edition. Notice of people who've never played Wizardry Special before. Effects department and warranty card. Envelope, I guess, to mail in your warranty card. A map plotting order. Charge. Valid card list. This is a little booklet here. Looks like a advertisement for another game. This kind of envelope fold out paper, and then this in here. I guess this would have held the floppy disk, maybe. Tournament registration card. Warranty registration. And, of course, the discs. Advertising for other stuff from Sart Advertising for Space Combat Simulation, Deep Space. Another advertising for Seven Spirits of Ra. Mage and Priest Spells reference chart. The actual player's guide. Last but not least, Mortar Charge member card. Don't leave Baltax without it. Official Wizardry Mortar Charge card. So I would imagine this is pretty much a complete, set, and this is what was amazing about older games, especially PC games, big box games. They could fill them full of freaking jewels, gems, maybe like amulets and maps, sometimes cloth maps, all kinds of advertisements, posters. Sometimes you would have an instruction manual and a strategy guide. Of course, you got like the spell list and all.
Episode of Finds a Pass.
All right, take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Take care, guys. Bye-bye. It of the episode of...
That's it for this episode of Finds of the Past.
That's I don't want to say it again.
That's it for this episode.
That's it for this episode.
Of what?
Past.
Finds of the Past?
Finds of the past.
That's it for this episode of Finds of the Past, guys.